Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and today the Houston Astros have beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 10-2 in spring training. Great win for the Astros. Astros now at 500 in spring training, 10-3. Although, hey, you know what? I just got to say this: the Astros beat the team that is in the World Baseball Classic Championship. And I mean, think about some of the players that didn't play in that game. You know, Altuve didn't play in that game. Would have been great if Altuve played in that game. But the Astros beat Venezuela, who's in the World Baseball Classic Championship. Before I want to get in this game tonight, I think this is so important to say. I'm so proud of the work that... Look, I'm rooting for USA tonight. I'm an American, and so my instinct is to root for USA. But, you know, like some Americans might be just completely pissed if Venezuela wins this game tonight and USA goes down. But that's not going to be me, because I'm going to be thrilled for Omar Lopez if he wins this for Venezuela tonight. You know, obviously I'd love it for Altuve too, because, you know, that's his country, and I know he wanted to be a part of that team. He couldn't be a part of that team, so it'd be so much better for him if they won it all tonight. And I know he'd have this horrible feeling if they lost in the championship tonight and he wasn't able to win. You know, he wasn't able to be out there. So that's why, and Altuve's going to be there tonight. I'm sure he's going to have the front row seats just like he had the other night. What the Astros should let him do is let him be in the clubhouse. If you're not going to let him play, let him be in the clubhouse. That's what should happen. But maybe he likes it behind the plate better like he had the other night. Last night he had the seats behind the plate. So, yeah, I would be thrilled for Omar Lopez, though, and for Altuve if Venezuela can get the win tonight. And what I will say is if Venezuela does beat USA, this is just my feeling, the Astros better start looking at finding a new bench coach. Because Omar Lopez, I think for a couple years now, has thrived as the bench coach ever since Joe Espada became the manager for the Astros. I think Omar Lopez has done great as the bench coach since Joe Espada got promoted. And if he can win with Venezuela, I think that Omar Lopez, if some openings come next year, Omar Lopez next season will be managing a team. I think possibly, and he would deserve he would deserve that. I think so. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens tonight in this USA Venezuela game. I want USA to win, but I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be sad if they don't win, because I love Omar Lopez and I love Altuve, and I want those two guys to succeed, and so that would be succeeding for those two guys would be succeeding tonight, because Altuve wouldn't have the conscience. His conscience wouldn't be bad if Venezuela won it all, and Omar Lopez would be a WBC winner. So yeah, for me, go USA, but I'm also here to support some of my favorite Astros, and Omar Lopez is the bench coach, and Jose Altuve, the Astros player. I know who is not playing in this WBC, but he was not allowed to play. I know that killed him, so we'll kill him if they lose this game tonight, and he's not able to help them. All right, so yeah, this is a great game. Great game by the offense. Not a lot of starters in this game. You did see some major league players play in this game, but not a lot of starters in this game. But the Astros still were offensively dominant in this one. 10-2 is the final score. 8 hits for the Astros, 6 for the Pirates. A lot of walks for the Astros today. Win goes to Lance McCullers Jr., his first win of spring. I thought Lance looked really good today. 4 innings, only 1 earned run. Did allow 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks. Now, the 3 walks is concerning, but I'm not fully concerned about that because Lance has looked good this spring. His 2 prior starts, he had 2 starts before this. Pitched 4 innings with only 1 walk allowed. So that's one thing I do look at. And only picking up 1 strikeout, that's all. I could also, say something about that. That's concerning. But his first 4 innings of spring had 4 strikeouts. So here's what I look at total, what he's done so far this spring. He's got 3 starts, 8 innings, 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks allowed. Is that amazing? No. But for someone who's going to be that 5th starting pitcher in the rotation and looked awful, absolutely awful last year, I don't think it looks bad. For someone who's supposed to be that number 5 in the rotation and looked horrendous last year, I'll take it from Lance McCullers Jr. Loss goes to Mitch Keller. This Astros offense just lit him up. 6 earned runs in 4 innings for Mitch Keller. He takes his first loss of spring. Also, he did have 6 strikeouts, though, in 4 innings today. So, scoring summary. There's a lot of scoring. First run was a Shea Whitcomb RBI single. Loper Fido scored. Bryce Matthews with a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. 2-run score. Him and Loper Fido score 345 feet for Bryce Matthews. I might have said Bryce Harper there, thinking about Team USA, but maybe I did say Matthews. But Bryce Matthews, 2-run home run, 345 feet, 3-0. Zach Cole hit one deep to right, 412 feet. That's his second home run in spring, 4-0. Both of his home runs, absolute rockets. And so then 3rd inning, a run comes through for the Pirates. It's a Brian Reynolds RBI single. Ryan Hearn scores. It's 4-1. Shea Whitcomb with another RBI single. This one was with the bases loaded. And so 5th inning, bases loaded single for Shea Whitcomb, 5-1. I'm not ruling out Shea Whitcomb making the Major League roster. I think it's all up for grabs. If Jeremy Pena, could start the season on the IL. And I'll get into this in just a minute after I go to the scoring summary. But so Cavan Biggio, RBI single, scores 2 runs. His first hit as an Astro, first hit of spring, 7-1. Then Christian Vasquez, who played his first game of spring today, has been playing in the World Baseball Classic. He played all day at catcher, so a full game for Christian Vasquez today at catcher. He went 1 for 3. He had a couple walks. But an RBI single for Vasquez in the 5th inning, 8-1. And then Riley Unruh, who has had a really good spring, RBI double in the 8th inning, scores 2 runs. It's 10-1. And then in the 9th inning, the Pirates had a sac fly. So I was talking about the Astros infield. I was talking about Shea Whitcomb a little bit. There's that open spot potentially as looking for an infielder if Jeremy Pena starts the season on the IL. Now the favorite to make the roster if Jeremy Pena starts the season on the IL out of infielders are Bryce Matthews. But you look at all the infielders, I think it's an open competition between Bryce Matthews, Shea Whitcomb, Cavan Biggio, and Zach DeZenzo. Between all 4 of those guys, I think one of those 4 guys is going to make the roster if Jeremy Pena starts off the season on the IL. It's going to be one of Matthews, Whitcomb, DeZenzo, or Cavan Biggio. Now, I think Zach DeZenzo and Bryce Matthews are favored in this conversation because those are the 2 guys that have done the most dirty work with the Astros in the major leagues, and also both those 2 guys can play in the outfield. So DeZenzo and Matthews, I think, are the 2 guys who have the upper hand in making the roster if JP starts the season on the injured list. But I think, Shea Whitcomb and Cavan Biggio also have a shot as well. So let's go over Astros individual batters today. Joey Loper Fido, 1 for 1. But he did have 2 walks. So 2 walks I talked about the Pirates giving up a lot of walks today, and the Astros all spring have been big on walks. So the Astros had 10 walks today. Joey Loper Fido had 2 of those. He had a single to center, 3 runs for Loper Fido. Riley Unruh replaced him. He went 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. The RBI double, he's had a great spring. Bryce Matthews played all day. A couple players played all day today. Zach Cole played all day. Bryce Matthews played all day. Christian Vasquez played all day. And so those 3 players played all day. Going to Bryce Matthews real quick. Bryce Matthews played all day, and he went 1 for 3. He played second. He started off the game at second base, then went to left field. He had a 2-run home run, and he had 2 walks today. And Zach Cole went 1 for 3. He had 2 walks as well in the 5th and 8th inning, and he had a home run in the 3rd inning. He played all day. Shea Whitcomb played at third base today, a single to center, and both of those for RBIs. Single to center in the 1st inning for an RBI, and a 5th inning single to right for an RBI. And then Jack Winkler came in and replaced him. Taylor Trammell went 0 for 3 today. He had a walk in the 3rd inning, but struck out 3 times. So that's not looking good for him. Especially when Joey Loper Fido and Zach Cole have a good day. Taylor Trammell trying to make the roster. That's not good day for him. For him to have that bad of a day, and Joey Loper Fido and Zach Cole to do good. Cavan Biggio was at DH today. His 2nd game of spring. Both games at DH. And so single to right in the 5th inning for 2 RBIs. And then Carlos Perez replaced him, went 0 for 2. Christian Vasquez, his first game back as an Astro, an RBI single in the 5th inning. And then 2 walks in the 8th and 9th inning. So 2 innings in a row with walks for Vasquez. Already better than Cesar Salazar. If Vasquez can keep having a couple good games as spring ends, I think Vasquez will make the roster over Salazar. Colin Price was at first base today. He played all day, and so he was the third Astro that played all day. Or it was Price. Sorry, it's 4 Astros that played all day today in the lineup. It was Colin Price, it was Christian Vasquez, Zach Cole, and Bryce Matthews. So those 4 guys in the lineup played all day. Everybody else checked out of the game. But so Colin Price went 0 for 4, played all day. He did have a walk in the 8th inning, scored a run in that 8th inning, but that was it for Colin Price. Jax Biggers was at shortstop today. He went 0 for 3, but he did check out of the game and was replaced. So pitchers outside of Lance McCullers Jr., Lance pitched 4 innings. Roderick Muniz came in, replaced him. He didn't look bad, but didn't look terrible. Or he didn't look good, but didn't look terrible. 1 1/3, 2 hits allowed, no other damage, 1 strikeout. He's been pitching really good recently, and I think he should make the major league roster. But solid day for him. Then Christian Roa came in the game, pitched the last out of the 6th inning and the 7th inning. Really good day for him. He's got a 1.04 ERA this spring. 0 hits allowed in those 1 2/3 with no earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. And then Logan Van Wy came in, pitched the 8th and 9th, gave up 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. He's not going to make the roster though. It's just he's gotten a lot of work in this spring, and he could be someone who could pitch for the Astros at some point. But I don't think he's going to. Be on the roster. To start the year. I don't think he's someone who's considered at all. And he's not played amazing this spring. He's done some solid things. But I think the Astros looking to use him a lot shows that he could be one of the first guys in line if the Astros bullpen has struggles or has injuries. So, yeah, that really does it for this game today. Really good game for the Astros. You guys give me your thoughts in the comments, and peace out. Go Astros.